In a forgotten village of Elm Ridge, there stood a tree unlike any other, towering above the rest of the forest. Its bark twisted in unnatural patterns, and its branches curled like grasping fingers. The villagers called it the Whisper Tree, but no one ever dared to speak of why. Legend said that the tree had once been cursed by a wandering witch after the villagers burned her sister alive. From that day on, anyone who disappeared near the woods was never found again. But their face would appear on the tree's bark. Not carved, not drawn, grown. They bulged from the trunk like knots in the wood, eyes shut, mouths twisted in silent screams. Some looked peaceful, but most were contorted in terror. And every time a new face appeared, the village lit a candle at the chapel and said nothing. One autumn, a curious teenager named Lien returned to Elm Ridge to visit his grandmother. She warned him, stay away from the old forest. But Lien, drawn to darkness and urban legends, couldn't resist. One chilly evening, flashlight in hand, he ventured into the forest. He found the tree. Its massive trunk seemed to pulse. And then he saw them, the faces, dozens, hundreds, eyes closed, some weeping sap. As he stepped closer, the air grew still. Leaves didn't rustle. No owls hooted. Just silence. Then a whisper, "Help me." Lien froze. Another voice, "He's still here." The faces began to twitch. Lips trembled, eyes opened, all at once. Lien stumbled back. One face near the bottom looked familiar, too familiar. It was his uncle, who had gone missing 12 years ago. Run it, mouthed. Lien turned, but roots shot out from the ground, wrapping around his legs. The bark split open with a wet crack, revealing a hollow dark space inside the trunk, like a mouth. The last thing he felt was bark crawling across his face, sealing him in. The next morning, the villagers found a new face on the tree. Youthful, wide-eyed, mouth slightly agape in shock. They lit a candle, whispered a prayer, and walked away. As always. Moral: some legends are warnings, not stories. And some trees feed on the curious.